What's up, everybody? John Maher from Why We Love Horror here, doing my best to talk about every movie I've seen in theaters. I've missed a few, and that's fine. Content is content. But last night, I finally got out to see the newest offering from Canada's Adam McDonald, that being This Is Not a Test. Um, I knew a little bit about the movie going in. I didn't even know it was a zombie movie, which is cool. We always love zombie movies. I'm not going to say they're hard to mess up. I've seen plenty that are messed up, but I think overall this is a decent movie out in theaters that I think a lot of people are going to miss. I'd say, without spoiling anything, this is like a young adult version of Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead, not George Romero's Dawn of the Dead. Basically, it has those themes, like all your main characters are high schoolers, but they, given the plot of Dawn of the Dead, like there is a zombie apocalypse. They are fast moving zombies, and they hole up in a location, and the movie becomes more about them and the relationships they form. And I feel like this isn't a negative for the movie, but like maybe a movie wasn't the right medium for this. This feels more like one of those shows you'd see on like MTV3 or whatever the MTV thing is now, because they don't play music anymore. But like a television, like a 6-episode television show, this is probably, you probably could have explored themes and stuff. But instead, this is a 102-minute movie or so, and I feel like they do try to cram a lot. I think maybe a lot of the novel, Courtney Summers' novel, which this is adapted from, might have been lost. I haven't read the novel, but I got to imagine just how young adult novels go. A lot probably gets lost in the translation. We try to put it into a movie. That being said, getting into some spoilers. Sloane is our main character. Her and her sister Lily live with an abusive father. Dad's an alcoholic. And Lily's had enough. She leaves home, leaving Sloane there by herself. And that's kind of where we start the movie, is like Sloane's like abandoned and there with her dad, who's he kind of has a little bit of redemption, but like he's overall painted as like a total abusive alcoholic douchebag. And she's gonna end it because her sister was her anchor. But she doesn't. And another thing, she just doesn't. She stops because she hears a noise from her father downstairs, and then basically the zombie apocalypse stops her from killing herself, because now she doesn't want to die from zombies. So she runs. You get kind of in the first third of the movie, it's a little bit awkward because you get kind of like flashbacks to get you to where we are in the movie, and then the whole next 2/3 of the movie there are no more flashbacks. She meets up with a bunch of her classmates and one of their parents on the way to trying to get to the high school. The mom of the twins, Trace and Grace, there's a lot of like, we don't know if she dies by accident or on purpose. They kind of like manufacture tension here and there. It's not good or bad. It just is. But all the 5 kids / teenagers / young adults make it to the high school. And then the movie is just about, it has that Dawn of the Dead feeling where like they are there, they are relatively safe, they have supplies, and it's just them trying to wait out the apocalypse, and eventually they have to get out of there because they get a signal that there is shelter like a long way away, and they concoct a plan to get out. Do they all survive? I don't know. I don't want to spoil everything about the movie. But general young adult tension, like, adults in general can't be trusted. They all have relationships with one another. It's not bad. Let's talk about some ratings. So I would say, like, this is, I've seen Adam McDonald's other movies. I've seen, Backcountry and Pyewacket and Out Come the Wolves, and at best those movies are fine, good even. I would say Out Come the Wolves and Backcountry are good. Pyewacket is fine. This is the first Adam McDonald outing where like I thought like he did a really, really good job. Is it going to be in my top 10 this year? No, it won't be. But I have no complaints about the movie. For a zombie movie that probably didn't have like a spectacular, huge budget, I think all of the effects, like the bites and the blood, done extremely well. Nothing's over the top. There's like, a lot of like makeup effects that are really good. The acting is solid. You got basically actors that have a good experience of like Olivia Holt from Hard Eyes is in it, and Ford Gutierrez, who was the boyfriend in The Strangers Chapter 1. What's his face? Carson McCormack, who was in Clown in the Cornfield. So like this is not like these are all like young adult actors who have done it before. They're not A-list actors, but they're people that have experience in the field. They do a decent job as well. So I have no glaring complaints. I'm at a 3.5 for This Is Not a Test. I'd recommend if you like zombie movies, you should definitely see it. If you like horror movies, I still recommend it, but it is going to have like a very limited release. I happen to see it at my theater. Hopefully it's out by you. That'll do it. If you made this far in the video, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Go to the Facebook group at Why We Love Horror. Check out our Letterboxd challenge here. You can watch movies along with myself, Aaron, and Abby all year, and interact with us. Let us know what you're doing, how you're feeling. Until next time, I'm JWMaher. This has been Why We Love Horror. Here comes the schedule for the channel.